child is supposed to be an ambassador of your home wherever he or she is. But please pray over your children. Prayers are like coverings. Welcome to Life Preparations with Dorcas. And today we're still on the school series and we'll be talking about back to school checklist. So we're going to give you guys a sample checklist. You can tweak it to suit the needs of your home or your child or yourself if you are the one going to school. First off, we're starting with number one, school. When I'm talking about school, I'm talking about school uniforms, school fees, school lunch box, school bag, all the school supplies that have to do with books, exercise books, notebooks, textbooks, dictionaries, writing pads. Just think about all those things that will aid your learning. All those things are the things that we're talking about. And we're going to be talking about your school uniform, your shoes, your sandals, your socks. All those things are under this school supply also, or school supplies. If it's a sandal, if it's a canvas, whatever it is that your school uses, those are the kind of things that I'm talking about. The next is school lunch box and water bottle. Water is super important. You need to see to it that you take water to school. If in the school there is a place where you can get water, it's fine. So you may not necessarily have to take it from your house. That's when I'm talking about day student now. If not, please always take your water along with you. Number three, reinforcement talks. When I say reinforcement talks, these are talks that you should have already had with your children or with yourself. Example, talks on manners. Good manners are super important. Talks on empathy, talks about kindness, talks about bully. Yes, anti-bully talks. Your child shouldn't be the one that is being bullied, and your child shouldn't be the bully. You should not also be an onlooker. Things are happening, wrong things especially happening. He may not be the one doing it to somebody or somebody doing it to him, but when it's happening to someone, does he just stand by or does she stand by and just looks? Or is she able to, report to the school authority to say, oh, this is what I saw? Or is the child just going to be aiding and abetting? So those are the kind of talks you have, with your children under the bully talk. What about age appropriate sex conversation? These are things that you should talk to your children about. That's why I said age appropriate. There are certain things you can say to a 10-year-old that you can't say to a 3-4-year-old, because of their age group and their level of understanding. It is super important that you talk to your children about these things because so many things are happening these days. In the children's toilet, you hear a lot of things are happening. If you discuss with your children, a lot of them will tell you stories they've had while going to school, while commuting to school on the school bus. So please do take out your time to talk to them about good manners. It is important. Simple things like greeting, it is very important. These simple things can actually take them very far. Things like saying thank you, things like saying excuse me, things like please, as little as it sounds, please let us do our best as parents to teach, or uncles, or whichever position you are, teach the children around you as they resume. And if you are the one going to school and you need to learn, please learn. The biggest room in the world is the room for improvement, so you can always learn and learn these things for yourself. What about family values? What are the things that you guys believe in your home? That your child is supposed to be an ambassador of your home wherever he or she is. Have you told them? It's not the one that you sit your child and say, remember the family of where you're coming from. What's that English? I know our parents used to say that thing a lot. Is it remember where you're coming from or whatever that English was? No, we don't do it these days. On these streets now, we sit and we tell them detailed. In our family, we do not steal. When we pick up things that are not ours, we take them to the nearest authority and say, here is this pen or here is this money. I picked it on the floor. It's not mine. These are simple family values you can, impart in your children. So whatever your family believes in, please teach your children before they go to school. Moving on, number 4, grooming. So when I'm talking about grooming, please, your children should not go back to school looking tattered and funny. If they already have uniforms that have maybe are torn or need to be changed, do your best. All these things should have been planned ahead of time to change them or to mend them. Your shoes polished, all the hair for the girls plaited neatly, for the boys barbed neatly. Let your child come out looking sharp. There's just something that happens when you know that you're looking good. Children know when they look good. I've had my son come to ask, Mommy, how do I look? I feel I look good. And I'm like, yes, you do. You really look good. So children know. So are you too, the day you dress really fantastic and you look so good, And the day you're all over the place, you also know. So let us not teach our children anyhowness. Let us teach them the right thing and the proper thing. Let's go. The next thing is to plan for the trip, which is number 5. Plan for the trip. That is, if the child is a boarding student, or if you need to travel to your campus or whatever, you need to plan ahead of time for this trip. So have you booked your ticket ahead of time? Or if it's by road, do you know what the motor park is? There are a lot of transport buses now that do booking. So have you booked? Or you are waiting that morning, you get to the park and they will tell you, oh, there's no vehicle, all the cars are booked. No, you don't want that kind of shopping. No, 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 no. Plan ahead of time. That is, if this child is, or if you are a boarding student, or you need to move. But if it's a day day student kind of situation, of course you should have planned if daddy or mommy will do drop off or pick up. If you have a driver, if you don't, it means you have to do yourself, or the option of school bus. A lot of schools now give the options of school bus. So think about all these things. I remember you should have paid up for all of these things before time. Remember, in some of the earlier videos we said you shouldn't take your child to a school that you have to sweat or loan money or have high blood pressure to pay for. No, there are good schools that are not overly expensive, and they will deliver on the job of getting your child to learn, which is what we are aiming at. And number 6, pray over your children. Prayers are like coverings. So please don't go out naked. Don't let your children be naked. Cover them, shield them with your prayers. I pray for my children, I pray for myself, I pray for my husband and the people around me. Please, it is important that you pray for your children and for yourself. You may be the one going back to school. So it's important that you pray for yourself. And for me, I use the Bible as my standard. I use scriptures to pray. So if you're a Muslim and you're watching me, you can use the Quran to pray. Or if you're not any of these two and you have a book that you believe in and you pray with, please use it. It's very okay. So I'll just give you guys a few sample verses I used to pray for my children. Philippians chapter 4, verse 13. And it says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And I also have Proverbs chapter 3, verse 5 and 6. And it says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. I have others. Proverbs chapter 4, verse 23. Above all else, guard your heart, for out of it flows the issues of life. I have Galatians 5, 22 and 23. I have Romans 12, verse 2. I have Matthew chapter 5, verse 14 and 16. I have Psalm 55, verse 22, and a whole lot more. Colossians 1, 9 to 10. There are so many Bible verses that you can use to pray for your children. If you have other songs that you can use to pray for them, you can actually play this song, The Blessing. You can check it on YouTube. It's actually a song that's gotten from the book of Numbers, chapter 6, from verse 22 to 26, where it talks about the blessings that your pastors, declare on you. And so you as a parent, you can declare it upon your children, and as yourself, you declare it upon yourself. Thank you for watching. Don't forget that this is a sample checklist, and you can always tweak it to suit your need and the current situation. Thank you for watching. Don't forget, subscribe to our YouTube channel and share to your friends. Let them see what you're saying. Let them learn what you are learning. We are here. If there are topics you may want us to discuss, we are here to discuss them with you. Don't forget to click on the notification button so that immediately the videos drop, you will know and watch and get to learn. Thank you for watching and have a beautiful day.